Today is Monday, March 23rd. It's our second week of Mo LUNCHDOODLES. I hope you had a great weekend. I hope that you played some Super Bounce if you got a chance. And I hope you're feeling okay and ready for another big week, you know. Sometimes I am really excited because so many of you are making drawings and doing really cool stuff, and sometimes I'm a little sad because, man, things are just weird right now, and sometimes I'm tired. Often I'm tired. But the thing that almost always makes me feel better is to doodle, and I hope that you will think the same. Let's see what we're going to do with this one. Oh. We're going to do me. It looks like me. All right. Welcome to the studio. Let's start with a drawing demonstration of one of my characters. And this is Cat the Cat. It is in some of these books like Time to Sleep, Sheep the Sheep, even though there's a cat on the front of it. It's all about sleeping, being tired. Now, my drawers, remember I told you about how all my drawers have all my books. Well, the drawers with the Cat books and the drawings and the originals are actually behind the camera. So I pulled some of these out for you just so you could see. This is from Sound the Sound. That's Cat the Cat number 3. Here is the blue. You can see that, and see when I make a revision after I've shown it to my editor, I do red. And just a little thing, but I changed the way the basket was. And that's a way that I can keep that in mind for myself. And then this must have been in an exhibit because I usually don't put on things like that. And here we go. That's me. Hi, how are you? And then that's the original art that we then put in the computer. And a question that I get quite a bit from people is, how do you get the cardboard in the books? Right? Because sometimes kids think that's what makes a book real. Well, that only happens much later when a book is published. Look at this. This is the folded and gathered. This is sort of a proof that we maybe send to librarians or bookstores. And it doesn't have any cardboard in it. But it's the exact same book. So what I say to young authors and illustrators is, don't worry if there's cardboard in your books. That's not what makes it real. What makes it real is the content inside, kind of like you. So, let's draw Cat the Cat. Cat the Cat is also going to be, like a lot of these drawings have been, a bunch of letters, a couple numbers. Let's start in the middle of our page with a big letter O. It appears in words like Mo. And then inside, we do a squished Mo, like that. It looks now almost like it's going to be like Piggy, right? But instead of making that the snout, we darken it in, make it the nose. We take our big number 8, we've done this before, and we do it sideways. And then we do a tiny line and a letter U right there, touching the line, kind of like an arrow going down. And then, like Piggy, when we took the letter M and we broke it in half, we do that. Half an M, half an M. And then we do the number 111. 1, 1, 1. On the other side. 1, 1, 1. And we've saved the most important thing for last, the eyeballs. Cat the Cat is always happy. So I'm going to do like that. give her a cheeky little look. She's always having fun. All right. And remember, I want to write my name here so that if I see this drawing again, I'll remember who made it. That is my cat the cat. You like that? All right. Why don't you hold up your cat the cat? So I'm going to see those. Oh, yeah. Very catty. Oh, yeah. I like that one. And I like how you guys are making your cat the cat look like your own, that you've got some expression. Now that you know how to draw a cat the cat, you can draw a cat the cat angry or sad or sleeping, which is always a fun thing to do. So there we go. Now we go to question time before we meet my studio assistant, which I'm excited about today. But first, let's do a couple questions. March 23rd questions. What is your next book about? Well, the next book, Courtney, who's in the 4th grade, that I have that is coming out is an Elephant and Piggy-like reading book that's actually written by my friend Ryan Higgins, but I did the beginning and the end of it, called What About Worms? And it's about a tiger who's afraid of worms. It's a hard-hitting look at tigers and worms and their relationships. Then the next book that I wrote is going to be a Unlimited Squirrels book that will come out in the fall when I hope everyone is back at school. How old are Piggy and Gerald? Asked Dakota, who is 7. That is a good question. I think Piggy and Gerald are both grown-up. I think that they are a grown-up elephant and a grown-up pig. They pay elephantine taxes, and their job is that they work in books. So, why is Gerald so afraid of everything? Asked Bree Lynn. Are you afraid of the same things as Gerald? Ooh, that's intense. I'm afraid of bats and snakes because they can bite you. Snakes can bite you with poison and bats can drink your blood. Oh, well, now I am also afraid of snakes and bats, Breelyn. It's another truck. You know what's happening is I think a lot of people are getting things delivered in the neighborhood. I was wondering why the pigeon likes hot dogs so much, asked Louise, age 9, from Seattle. And there's a train. So we have an airplane, a backing up truck, and a train. But I don't care about any of those things. I care about Louise and this very important question: why does the pigeon like hot dogs so much? I think the pigeon likes hot dogs so much because they are so very delicious. That's why. How do you make your characters 3D? Mine are all flat like pancakes. Oh, that sounds delicious. Lorelei, age 7. Well, my drawings are all flat like pancakes too. I like flat drawings. Maybe when you say 3D, maybe you mean with expression. Maybe you're saying, how come my drawings have expression? And the answer to that is that I draw every day. And when I'm drawing a character, I'm pretending to be that character. I'm having that emotion. So I'm like an actor with a pen. Now, hopefully that's an answer to your question. This is a good question. What was your favorite thing to do as a kid, asked Sarah? Well, almost exactly what I'm doing now, only without anyone watching. I like to sit and draw and doodle and think when I was a kid. Gracie says, I want to be an author and an artist, and I'm silly too. Do you have any advice for me for becoming an author or illustrator? Well, Gracie, here's the thing. I think you already are an author or illustrator. I think if you're silly and you draw and you write and you show people what you're doing, then you are a real author illustrator. That's the great thing about being an author illustrator. It's one of the few things you can do for real right now in your home. Can't be an astronaut for real right now in your home, but you can be an author and illustrator. Now, my advice to you is to keep authoring and illustrating and keep doing it year after year after year. And one day, you will be ready to be published. Being published is different than being an author illustrator. It's when it becomes your job. And I'm not worried, Gracie, because you seem so silly and so serious that when the time comes, you will write things that kids will read, and it will make you very happy. More importantly, it will make kids very happy. Have you been to a play? Asked Addie, who's age 5. I have not only been to a play, I have written 4 plays. And it is one of the great joys of my life to be able to work with actors and directors. And there's a type of person called a dramaturg, which is a really fun person to work with. It's also really fun to say, hello, this is my dramaturg, Megan. It's a really fun sentence. So yes, I've been to many plays. And I hope that in the fall, you will go to a play as well. Okay, the last question is from Rupert, who is age 6. Do you like fire-breathing ducks? If you could visit anywhere in the world, where would you go? It's a 2-part question. Obviously, the first part leads into the second part, so let's go back to this. Do you like fire-breathing ducks? No, I do not like fire-breathing ducks. I love fire-breathing ducks. If you could go anywhere in the world, where would you go? I would go where the fire-breathing ducks are. That is actually a great segue to meeting my studio assistant, because most artists, when they work, they don't just work alone. They have a studio assistant who can help them. And I want to introduce you to my studio assistant. His name is Vincent. Come here, Vincent. Why don't you come to the camera? Oh, hi. Oh, how you doing? Wow. Good. Good. You want it? Click, click. This is my studio assistant, Vincent. Now, Vincent looks adorable. We have the same beard. We first got Vincent because we were hoping he would be my stunt double, that I could go to signings and Vincent could sign my books for me. But unfortunately, Vincent is afraid of children. Yeah. Vincent is afraid of children and people who have been children, ex-children. Yeah. Vincent is afraid of children, former children, and manufactured goods, things that have been made. Vincent is also afraid of nature, weather, sounds, and silences. And if any of these things happen, Vincent waffles. And so for years, my studio assistant, Vincent, has been, I don't want to say disappointment, but since he can't understand what I'm saying, I'm going to say disappointment. But he has a very good heart. And it turns out that, like a John Irving novel, he is perfect for these times because he is the ultimate social distancing dog. If I am walking Vincent around the block or in the neighborhood and a child, an ex-child, a manufactured good, or nature approaches in any way, he will waffle and keep those things 6 feet from me. So, in that sense, he's turned out to be a really, really great pup. And if you want to meet my past dog, when I was younger, I wrote a book called City Dog, Country Frog that John J. Muth illustrated. Beautiful, beautiful paintings. And on the cover and in the book, the model for that was my old dog, Nelson, who loved children and manufactured goods, unlike my current studio assistant. All right. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, that's good. Vincent, though, is very good if my arch enemy fights me. My arch enemy is called Printor. Printor has the power to ruin things when I'm trying to print them. And when Printor makes a strange sound and eats the paper and doesn't print right, Vincent knows it is time to come sit on my lap and be my studio assistant friend. That's a good boy. All right, I'm gonna put you down, buddy. I'll see you in a little bit. Ooh, roll down. Good boy. Oh, you don't want to hear. You want to go where the cookies are. Okay. Here we go. There we go. Cookies over there. All right. So, I thought for today's doodle, we would draw a pet. Either a pet we have or a pet we wish we had. So let's grab our paper. I've got my markers here. I'm going to draw a pet I wish I had. You draw your pet. I am going to draw. This is a pet I was thinking about the other day. And then, because of Rupert, I just had another idea. I am going to draw, because I wish my pet was a giraffe. I wish my pet was a giraffe who liked to wear underwear. An underwear-wearing giraffe with giraffe dots all over. And there we go. Maybe another dot there, one on the tail, dot there. And like Rupert, I would like my giraffe to be able to breathe a little bit of fire. Maybe not that much fire, but just a little fire, right? And you say, where would he do that? Now, guys, you notice what I'm doing is I'm drawing a lot like kids do. Not in the style, but I'm drawing as narrative. The first thing I'm asking is who? Giraffe. And then I'm asking what? Fire breathing. And now I'm going to ask where? And I think he's, or she, doesn't really matter, they. I think they are a fire-breathing giraffe pet in the woods. So, grown-ups, when you look at a drawing, and first you look to see their name, you say, who made this drawing? And you say, oh, Mo made this drawing. As opposed to saying, what is this? Or, I like this drawing. You could say, tell me the story of this drawing. What did you draw first? Oh, I drew the giraffe. And then I wanted to give the giraffe some personality. And nothing says personality like underwear. So I gave it underwear. And then I knew that an underwear-wearing giraffe had to do something. So I had it breathe fire because I thought of that idea from Rupert. And then you can't just breathe fire anywhere. So I decided you do it in the woods where it's safe, right? So almost every kid's drawing is a narrative. It's a book. And so to the question of Gracie, who wanted to be an author and illustrator, just by doing this, you're almost an author and illustrator. The next thing you have to do is share it with someone. Always think of your audience and never think for your audience. Well, that's it for today. I am very excited, and I'm going to give you a sneak peek for tomorrow. I want you all, if you can, to dress up in a fancy costume, or a silly costume, or just a costume, or maybe your favorite clothes. I am also going to dress up tomorrow. So I will see you here tomorrow, all dressed up. All right, this is Mo Willems saying goodbye for now.